So, Doctor Who will now be known as Doctor Who Cares because no one's going to watch this show apart from the people who want to be pandered to. So, Chris Chinballs, who was the showrunner during the Jodie Whitaker era, um, was just absolutely abysmal. Every episode was in your face political agenda bullcrap, white man bad, hard to be a minority, women power, and blah blah blah. All these things that they could have subtly back with, the old Russell T Davies or Stephen Moffat or one of them, where they could be subtle about it. No, this was just in your face. You were strapped in the chair, they had your mouth open, and they were just forcing this crap down your throat. And then Whitaker era ends, and Russell T Davies is like, "Oh yeah, I'm coming back as showrunner," and everyone's like, "Yes, Russell T Davies. Those were some of the best episodes, some of the one of the best eras in Doctor Who." Oh, but that was the old Russell T Davies, because the new Russell T Davies is going along with all the current bullshit. This thing right here. This was like a little thing for the BBC children's something. We've got Davros, we got Dalek over there, but we're gonna have Russell's gonna be talking. So
we had long conversations about bringing Davros back because he's a fantastic character. Time and society and culture and taste has moved on, and there's a problem with the Davros of old in that he's a wheelchair user who is evil. And I had problems with that, and a lot of us on the production team had the problems with that, of associating disability with evil. And trust me, there's a very long tradition of this. I'm not blaming people in the past at all, but the world changes, and when the world changes, Doctor Who has to change as well.
We can evolve, we can start anew, we can become stronger.
So we made the choice to bring back Davros without the facial scarring and without the wheelchair or his support unit, which functions as a wheelchair. I say, this is how we see Davros now. This is what he looks like. This is 2023. This is our lens. This is our eye. Things used to be in black and white. They're not in black and white anymore. And Davros used to look like that, and he looks like this now. And that we are absolutely standing by. I think because it's Children in Need Night, it's a night where issues of disability or otherness or being excluded from society come right to the front of the conversation. So of all the nights to make this change, I think it was absolutely vital to do this. And
So he says, if disabilities, when it comes to like children in need, that's one thing. But he's stating that this is a permanent change. That Davros is apparently no longer going to be, scarred, and his eyes are no longer closed, and he's going to no longer be in his little, mechanized little wheelchair. That he's going to look just like a normal human being. One reason why Davros is so iconic is because of his look. Let's get a picture of Davros there. There's Davros. Has such an iconic look, even back when he was first introduced, and the effects and the makeup weren't that great. We don't want to be insensitive. We don't want to be insensitive. If I was in a fucking wheelchair and I saw this character, I would be so happy. If they want representation, I would look at this character and be like, this is a cool character. He's evil. He's got all this cool tech. He's in control of the most powerful, apart from the Doctor, the second most powerful force in the universe. If I was in a wheelchair, I would love to see a character like this. Russell, what are you doing? What are you doing? As I said, now it's Doctor Who Cares. No one's going to watch this crap. We're tired of this. Oh, we need to make everything politically correct. We gotta have representation. We gotta have a political agenda forced down your throat in every goddamn episode. I'm tired of it. It's fucking Doctor Who. A Time Lord, an alien, flying around in a fucking police box throughout time and space. Just give us that. Stop with the, oh, we gotta make the character of the Doctor a female. Now we're gonna make him a gay male. Now we're gonna have Davros, not Davros. Are the Daleks gonna be changed now too? Because those are technically wheelchairs. Because the Daleks can open up, and you see what's controlling them. Are those gonna be changed too? Like, what the fuck? This is why no one cares about Doctor Who anymore, except for these fucking people who are like, representation matters. Again, if I was in a wheelchair and I was a flaming lefty and you know, I saw Davros, I would love this character. I already love Davros. He's such a good character. And if I was in a wheelchair, I would love him even more. So I'm so tired of it. He's so lost actually disgusts me. It's pretty positive, actually. The vast majority of fans are saying they don't want this change. And RTD is responding to them, basically telling them to cry about it. Well, people will just not watch it. By the end of Jodie Whittaker's run, each episode was only getting about 2 million views. So if you're trying to kill Doctor Who, this is the way to keep doing it. They're trying to get everyone back into Doctor Who with the 60th. This show's been around for 60 years. They're trying to get everyone back with like, hey guys, look, we went from Jodie Whittaker, but we're not getting the new Doctor just yet. Now, you remember David Tennant? You know, one of the best doctors? Yeah, we're bringing him back as a doctor. Come watch Doctor Who again. And they're going to inflate those numbers doing that because people who watch Doctor Who are like, oh my god, I love David Tennant. He had some of the best stories. And it's going to inflate those fucking numbers. Bet you the first episode, or I think he's doing it within the first episode. I think it's like a 3-part episode or something like that. But they're trying to inflate it with the, hey guys, remember David Tennant, one of the coolest doctors? Come watch our show again. If they updated Davros to be more human because reasons that sound evil and never compared him to someone confined to a wheelchair, there'd be a little blowback. Unless the reason was stupid. This sounds like they're joining Marvel in the Pandaverse. My question is, who sees people in wheelchairs as evil? Yeah, I've never looked at a person in a wheelchair and be like, well, they're plotting the end of humanity. Like, what do you even fucking mean, evil associated, wheelchairs? Are you stupid? I'm seriously thinking not only the BBC, but the entire left, these extreme ideologues are just completely fucking retarded. Who looks at a person in a wheelchair and says, oh yeah, that we associate that with evil? Oh no, Davros is in a wheelchair, so we're gonna see every person in a freaking wheelchair as evil. Are you stupid? It's the same kinds of fucking people who look at like orcs or whatever and say, oh, well, we need to remove orcs from the game because, it's offensive to black people. I'm sorry, if you look at an orc and you instantly think a black person, you're the fucking racist here, not us. I've never looked at an orc and thought of, that's a fucking black person. I've never looked at a person in a wheelchair and thought, oh, that person's plotting the destruction of humanity. No. Mr. Glass. That was a pretty interesting movie. After watching what the BBC allowed to happen during the Jodie years, is it really surprising they no longer value continuity and entertainment? Yeah. His pandering is for not only himself, but his friends. It's funny how he says it's 2023, things aren't black and white anymore. when his whole ideology and reasoning is for why Davros shouldn't be in the chair is utterly black and white and devoid of nuance. Doctor Who is now technically a Disney show, so I was told to put a chick in it, make her gay and everything lame. Yeah, who could have foreseen this? Bringing back Davros before he messed up. He was messed up like he was in the episode he was introduced in is fine. Doing it for these little shitty identity reasons is a big time tone. Wait, what was that about? It seemed ableist if he's suggesting disabled people aren't capable of being good or evil like everyone else. Fuck the show. Davros is in a wheelchair. Support system halfway, blah blah blah. Davros was never in the chair, or he just got better. Well, that undermines one of the greatest villains who ever created. Will you be changing the Cybermen next so it doesn't upset friends with prosthetic limbs? Yeah. So Davros no longer in his cool fucking chair, and even if this was pre-Davros, because in I watched the special, the little thing, and it's before he becomes the Davros we know. The Doctor comes in, accidentally destroys one of the Daleks, and Davros's assistant is like trying to think of names to because they haven't come up with Dalek yet. And so, like, the Doctor's talking to him after Davros leaves and comes in and messes everything up. And he's like, oh, yeah, Daleks. And he's like, Daleks, this is really good stuff. And then the arm is originally was like a gripper type thing but then Doctor, when he comes in, breaks it. And so he takes the plunger but then Davros comes in and he, like, loves the idea. But, I mean, if it's a pre-Davros before he got messed up, that's one thing. But if this is going to be a constant reoccurring thing in this era, and which means now the showrunner for next, after Davies is going to have to keep up with it. Because since the beginning, Davros has had this certain look, and while it's kind of changed over the years, it's remained the same. Which is also why with Capaldi's era, when he's like all of a sudden able to open his eyes when his eyes were apparently supposed to be like singed out, all of a sudden he's like, oh, let me see you with my own eyes, like he's fucking Darth Vader. And I mean, I love the interaction with that scene between the Doctor and Davros. It is a great scene, but him opening his eyes when they were supposed to be completely gone, but just the look that Davros has, this look, it's so iconic. So it's like, oh, we're not going to make him because, people are going to associate people in wheelchairs with evil. What? And this is why we can't have good things anymore. This is exactly why, because everything has to be politicized. Everything has to be shoved, packed full of ideological bullshit. Can we not just have Doctor Who? Let's go back to old Doctor Who, not like black and white Doctor. Well, maybe those two, but like Eccleston, Tennant, those early stories. They were fun. Some of them didn't make a lick of sense, and they weren't preachy. Even if they had messages in them, it was nuanced, it was subtle, and you could still enjoy the episode. Now they're just crammed down your fucking throat. So, Doctor Who is dead. The only people watching it who are going to be watching it are the people who, oh my god, representation. Oh my god, the Doctor is a black gay man. Oh my god. So stunning, much brave. But real fans are just like, we're tired of it. we watch these things as an escape. It's supposed to be an escape with all the crazy, terrible shit going on in the world. We want an escape. We don't want to be fucking lectured about, oh, well, if you're white, you're evil, and women have it hard, and if you're a minority, you're always going to be fucking held down, and this. We just want to watch Doctor Who, or Star Wars, or Star Trek, or Batman, or, you know, it's something, whatever in the Marvel Universe, whatever. We're tired of being fucking lectured to. It's fucking ridiculous at this point. But there you go. We thought it would be different with Russell T Davies, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" And nope, he just proved that what we were thinking all along is actually going to happen. So if that's what he said about Davros, I can only imagine the kind of crap writing, the stories that are going to be told. I mean, we've already had what, climate change, and a fucking space racist, and every episode talking about, you know, evil white man, because pretty much Jodie Whittaker, every villain was fucking white. It was either an alien or a white dude. So, gee, can't wait for another era. 60 years. 60 years, and they'll now be known as Doctor Who fucking cares. Anyway, that's it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.